Welcome back, everyone, to week number 3 of the AEL University League. I'm joined here once again by Two Tap Tony. My name is Twosbees, and we're here to take you through another exciting match of Counter-Strike. Very keen to see what these two teams have for you tonight. It's going to be the University Sydney Willy's Oompa Loompas versus Swinburne Black. And Tony, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's getting very deep into our competition. It's, starting to ramp up. Of course, the action last week was absolutely insane. And I imagine the action this week is just going to be that little bit better as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We should be getting underway pretty soon, but of course, we've got some wonderful, wonderful sponsors to thank. So Tony, why don't you take us through those while we wait for these players to get all up and ready?
I would love to. Of course, we've got to thank our lovely presenting partner, Chatime Fresh Iced Tea. Of course, try their new range at your local store today. Of course, Chatime, the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia, with over 120 Chatime tea breweries with commitment to quality ingredients and, of course, very much innovative flavor. And, of course, they brew they're nothing but the very best iced teas as well. AOC, the global leader in monitor display technology with more than 50 years experience. AOC has delivered exceptional viewing experience worldwide, and of course today their company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for anybody at home, anybody still gaming, and of course anyone still at the office as well. Indomie as well, feeding your faces. I imagine some of these Uni League players are, of course, with their delicious mee goreng. Make sure to pick yourself up some at your local supermarket. And as well, RIG, what it takes to win. Of course, we'll see if these teams have what it takes to win this evening. RIG, of course, develop quality headsets with superior audio for anyone at that competitive level, or just anybody streaming at that competitive level as well. Join the RIG team today and enhance your gaming experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you again to all our wonderful sponsors for helping put this show on and, making it all possible. Delivering some absolutely fantastic Counter-Strike action and plenty of action in all the other games in the AEL as well. So we should be getting underway pretty shortly, I do believe. Again, should be a very exciting matchup, Tony. We've seen a bit of the Oompa Loompas before on this channel, and Swinburne Black haven't really caught too much of their games personally, but very interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Again, the vetoes have gone a very similar fashion that most of these Uni League games have gone so far. Mirage, Overpass, sometimes the Inferno, of course, seem to be so very favored at the moment. Of course, it was, I believe, if I can pull up the vetoes really quick, it was the side of Swinburne, of course, to pick Mirage. Oh, sorry, no, it was the side of USYD to pick Mirage, and then, of course, the side of Swinburne to be picking up Overpass. So the side of course, USYD, they don't get to pick what side Swinburne do. So they get to start CT side of Mirage. And I feel a pretty comfortable kind of side to start this one off here, especially in this best of 2 format. Yeah,
for sure. Especially on a map like this, on Mirage, where, you see kind of these typical players coming out from... it's a very pug-heavy map. It's a map that everyone knows really well and is quite familiar with in terms of all these players in the scene. I feel like there's definitely no exception where we saw the Oompa Loompas last week, and we were able to see, how they were able to go on that map and show up quite a fair bit. And now Swinburne Black as well. We should be seeing quite a fair bit out of both of these teams. Having a look at some of their past results, Swinburne Black showing up quite a fair bit, I think. And I think it should be interesting to see as well just how these players go throughout this league in general, because so far they've both been kind of impressing, especially the Oompa Loompas, and I feel as if there's quite a lot of interesting stuff to come out from here. So we should be getting underway very, very shortly, but we're going to be taking away with our map number 1, of course, on Mirage.
And Mirage here started off, and as I said, Swinburne CT side only going to be armor purchased by the players here for the CT side. Swinburne not looking to get any early util, and neither on the side of the Oompa Loompas. They've only got a flash and a smoke here to work with a P252. It's of course going to be Rory setting in play that one, and it's just going to be a straight up hit here, and it's going to be up to Lane already to have to deal with it as a few players drop out. He finds one on Amura, and a few more shots to come, but nothing quite landing.
Lane just playing back for the retake. We'll actually be re-aggressing with those shots. Kaza as well helping out as well. Dexy Gonna be able to find 1 and 2 Penny coming in as well. The team just to completely clean up. Swinburne Black absolutely showing up in full force there.
Yeah, beautiful start there for Swinburne Black. You saw it a bit choppy on the shots, maybe to start it off. Lane not quite ready for that much firefighting to go A, but of course able to back off, take another fight there, and get the help of his teammates there. Swinburne Black, a beautiful hold onto that A site, and well, winning that round straight to the MP9s and M4 for Lane, of course, securing that double in the last round allows him to secure, of course, enough money to grab this gun, and also a ton of util still in play for the Swinburne Black side. Oompa Loompas have forced out a few AKs here and a few Deagles too, and it's a little bit of an interesting, not normally we get to see a second round buy out of these T sides.
Yeah, not very common, definitely coming out, but with off the back of that bomb plant, they definitely were able to put themselves in a bit of a better position here. Even still a bit of a mix by having those pistols coming into it. But being able to find that first pick, as 2Penny will fall down over the top of that con smoke, certainly does open up some opportunities. Now the Oompa Loompas looking to try and make their way around through mid here. Maybe try and get some control up the con area. But Dexy and Lane both finding picks each. Definitely going to start to shut that push down as well for Lad. Being tagged down to 3 HP, certainly going to be a fair bit of damage done. There's the finishing blow right there.
Yeah, you can see side of Swinburne Black playing to, I guess, the way you want to play with these rifles and play. The MP9s play close, the M4 plays a little bit further back. And of course, trade each other beautifully. You can see Mura and Wonka, Willy Wonka coming up through this mid side here, and it's of course going to be Lane still at this A site, holding beautifully with his M4 behind the default. Keza to swing out off the intel, and second round here to Swinburne Black. A beautifully held mid take. I thought it was going to go a bit awry off that early pick, but you know, they were able to stabilize in the end and find themselves a second round.
Bit of a weird buy coming out in that second round from the Oompa Loompas, though, because, yeah, as you were saying, that's not very typical. Most of the time, if you get that plant, you're going to eco that round, so you can have a full buy up in the third. That's just kind of what makes the most sense there, because you're able to get yourself up onto those guns quicker and get yourself into solid buys. So, not seeing that definitely has hurt their chances in this third round now, just going for upgraded pistols yet again. Let's see if they are able to pull off 2Penny. Just going to be spraying around here and finding a bit of damage, but no killing blows just yet. Oompa Loompas still going for all of this aggression and taking this control. Lane going to be holding on from the other side, though, to find 2. Trying to make it 3. He does. Has to reload for the 4th. He's unable to finish it up, but Keza will. And now that leaves Mura in the now 1v3.
And Mura just going to be looking to pick up that M4, of course. Might have to go for a few cheeky shots himself. Gets the reload off. And, well, oh, good shot there on a Keza. Dinks him up. Dexy, of course, to hold the cross, though. Beautiful reposition by Swinburne Black. Not feeling too disastrous about that. They lost a few guns. They gave them over to Oompa Loompas. But in the end, they're still able to hold it. No eco here for the University of Sydney this time. And, well, you can see that has now put them finally in a situation where they can buy it. The bomb plant, of course, and the save from that last round has set themselves up for this AK buy. But, of course, for the side of Swinburne Black, they've had guns for at least almost 2 rounds here. And we're going to put that AWP into play for Lane. And you can see a bit of a set smokes over to this A side here. Oompa Loompas might be looking at exec A already.
Yeah, certainly seems that way, just kind of all running out here. Kaz are going to throw a molly out, but the player's already in front of it. Will drop one through the gap in the smoke. Tries to make it a few more. Manages the lineup, but makes it at the 3K. But Rory going to come up from behind to get the trade in, bring it back down to a 2-on-2. The T's able to get that bomb plant down. And now, Lane, Cool Hippie Man, ready to go for that retake. Playing a part. Hippie playing in from that A main there, but that bomb will continue ticking away. Lane will know where one of these players are, though. Gonna hear that flash. We'll be able to find that shot. And now Rory, that bomb not being planted for him. He's going to be on the other side, but he's able to get the cross. Hippie Man, though, able to land that shot in the end, and we'll have plenty of time to defuse with that kit. Looking at 4-0 for Swinburne Black as they make the retake happen. Still a lot of bomb plants coming out from the Oompa Loompas, though. Just those post plants not really coming through.
You can see they've got full loss bonus, and of course, as you said, the bomb plant's coming in. Their money quite up there, so they can still now buy into this next round. But I have to say, a bit of maybe an over-aggression from the side of Swinburne Black. We saw Lane get very antsy with that orb, playing a little bit further forward, not expecting that his teammate was a little bit late to the party. Flash comes out here for Dexy to hold the short side really early. HG2 does some good damage, unfortunately. Not all too much on Amura, and on the side of University of Sydney, they're taking a ton of mid control, but Lane is just denying them from this default position every time they're walking. He gets another onto Lad 2.
Yeah, absolutely insane coming out here and just changing up the position to go for the third there. No flashes coming out from the Oompa Loompas or anything like that to stop him, although Rory will be on the other side to eventually shut it down. Still, whole heap of damage. Big trade, absolutely. 3-for-1 special, absolutely delivering through for Swinburne Black. And now Mura and Rory have quite the task ahead of them as they try to still get a site under their control, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be an easy thing to do here, especially when they've still got 2 players each from the CT side on each side. But Rory going to open up A all of a sudden with those 2 kills. His teammate going to go down over towards B, but even still, that's a plant, and he's got it in a pretty good position here. 9 HP, but if he's able to complete this and make the ace, well, that would be quite something, Tony.
It could be quite disastrous here. Swinburne Black have already found themselves in a heavy lead here, but now they still have to fight for it. Rory, of course, 9 HP, back of A main. Smoke on to the bomb to go for the defuse, and Rory has to go for the swing here. The swing comes out. Dexy actually going to be taken, and young hippie man up on the box, not going to be faked out, not going to be baited there to stick the defuse, because he knows the player's going to go for the swing. And 5th round to Swinburne Black, even picking that up for good measure, keeping the money high. For the side of Oompa Loompas, they've kept the money high off that off that plant yet again, and you know, despite losing all these rounds, they've still got AKs to buy. They've still got utility here to work with in some of these rounds.
I mean, honestly, that's a pretty insane attempt coming out from the Oompa Loompas. Mura and Rory able to get a plant off that 4v2. And the fact they were able to make it a 1v1 in the end was quite incredible effort. But even still, the retake ability from Swinburne Black and just the way they're able to hold on to these sites has been so good thus far. The Oompa Loompas is just not really able to get those early picks and map control. And again, another opening pick going the way of Swinburne Black.
These are some very aggressive flashes too, being tossed in the middle. You can see very stacked up towards that side. One in, of course, the window. One over the short side there. Very good hold from Wonka, though. Able to take lane a bit overzealous on the peak here. Keza I've spotted the head here of Mura, and he's going to beautifully take it. A head tap straight to Mura's dome. Gonna be finding another Wonka spotted towards middle too. That's bomb dropped. Another comes out from 2Penny, and again, they're not even actually positioned in middle, but they're still holding it down from this con cross. And well, it's up to Monsiani, 13 points of HP. A player pushed through apartments. A Tippy man in this off angle, and this is going to be a rough one for Monsiani. 1v3 in very, very limited space to work with.
Yeah, incredibly limited, especially with Hippie Man in this off angle here. He's just not going to spot it. He's not going to be aware of it whatsoever. That's just going to shut it down. Again, just Swinburne Black just playing really well off each other for the most part, but even just doing the simple stuff really great in terms of getting those opening frags, not losing players, and when they do, having those trades come through time and time again. That's really what's happening at the moment. The Oompa Loompas not really doing too well to break that. They're going to be going for what looks to be a force buy here. I mean, they've got themselves the AKs, so I guess not really a force, but still a bit budget limited in terms of having that scout and that dig as the only 2 weapons for those players. But who knows, we might see quite something. That nade also doing a lot of damage for the apps push. Certainly not what you want coming through early. Just nice util coming out from Swinburne Black. Minute 20 left as we now see the first smoke coming out from Willy Wonka. Monsiani also taking that lowest control with Rory, just looking to open up a bunch of different options here.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas just splitting thin on the map. You see the crossfire, those set up Dexy and Hippie Man. One towards the jail, one in the short corner. HG flies onto Hippie Man, but there's already Lane to answer back. VLAD walks up, takes 1 and takes 2. Dexy not even going to expect VLAD up on that position. And finally, we see the first round picked up by the Oompa Loompas. A very nice split take to B. and nothing really Swinburne Black could do because they didn't really have a player positioned towards short.
Just a quick look at the scoreboard as well. We see Lane going 13-5, 10-3 for Keza as far as the KD going. These two players pulling in huge weight, especially 165 ADR on Keza. Just absolutely tremendous effort coming out here, but we're going to be opting back for these Deagles where they're just pushing straight into mid in this round. Keza able to get that kill on to Rory and pick up the AK. The Oompa Loompas going to be able to get themselves out onto this A side.
You can see the AK hitting it over to Dexy. He's the one. I was at full HP. I believe he took a bit of damage trying to jump into the window. Mura, of course, posted up on the AWP on the ticket. He's going to be playing the high line. Spotted out Dexy. Now, either of these players is going to have to retrieve that AK. Molly in hands of 2Penny. AK now in play too. But the side of Oompa Loompas might have secured this just off the positioning alone here. Nothing really the Swinburne Black side can do to get back into the site right now. And well, it's going to be a second given over. Save to come out. Deagle, Armor, AK, and the Molly being kept here by Swinburne Black. Because their money, not the greatest considering the scoreline here. Because Oompa Loompas are starting to really threaten their economy with all the kills that they've been finding.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the Oompa Loompas now just starting to really open things up where Swinburne not exactly, you know, able to adjust to the new way that the Oompa Loompas are playing. Because again, a lot of those opening rounds, we were just seeing very standard plays come out where they were literally just playing over towards mid, just going full team control, and it was shut down pretty easily. But now, seeing a bit more of that, and it just seems to now start to work out for the Oompa Loompas. Swinburne Black unable to get themselves back up in those last few rounds, but now that they've got themselves a full buy here, it certainly might be possible. A lot of early damage being dealt here. Keza in a pretty good angle to try and find some more. Mura pushing out all the way, meanwhile, over on Palace to find one opener, but will get traded back immediately. Still the push into A is called. Lane will find first contact, but Montiani will trade it. Trade's just going back and forth for the most part, but it does leave it in a 2-on-2. Now, Willy Wonka, Rory, like to try and get that bomb up. Almost a kill coming through there from Keza, but the smoke will deny it.
I'm not sure if Willy Wonka saw him through the market window. Maybe not so, because he's not expecting him to be spawned now. Hippie Man has rotated around. Molly comes in behind default in the ninja box, and you can see Keza, Hippie Man make the slow approach through the Molly off the corners where both these players can be. Of course, the bomb is out in the open, planted for the Oompa Loompas. It's going to be the tap in to come. It's going to be Rory for the swing. A beautiful shot straight to Keza, and another flick on Hippie. Lightning quick and lightning accurate here from Rory. Picking up a third here for the Oompa Loompas, and you can see now these rounds are starting to slip out of Swinburne Black's hands, because Oompa Loompas finally have money to buy. They finally have all the guns, all the util they could need to really go for these site takes. And Swinburne Black starting to feel a little bit pressured.
They've also been able to just finally get those post plants to work, especially in that round. And Rory's been absolutely firing up in the last few as well with all these kills. There's another Speak of the Devil. Might even find another here onto lane. Yep, just like that, gonna turn around and shoot his head right through the cardboard there, or through the wood there. Montiani even gonna push through the smoke, find one more onto Keza, leaving Cool Hippie Man and Dexy to try and do whatever they can on the way back in, but coming off that B site, not really in great angles to do too much damage here, so just looking for exit, it seems. Bomb gonna tick away here as the Oompa Loompas now really just starting to build up their economy, get themselves into a pretty good position. Swinburne Black, meanwhile, just kind of probably still talking in the Discord, just talking amongst each other, how exactly they're going to be able to come back off this, how they're going to be able to work things out, because clearly something is starting to go amiss here. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a timeout come through in the next few rounds. That's a lot of exit frags, though, coming out, and Cool Hippie Man able to pick up that AWP. That's huge.
Yeah, you can see Dexy, the right time, the right place. The stars align, able to help, of course, his co-conspirator out, able to keep that AWP. Unfortunately, no AK was picked up, but the damage, nevertheless, is massive here onto the side of Oompa Loompas. Lane, oh my god, a shot straight to the A main walk here. Another one takes it with the Peachy. 2 Penny takes another 2. Keza chimes in, and there's no way Oompa Loompas get into that A site with such a massive hold there. All of that AWP being saved, as we've said. 7 rounds now to Swinburne Black. Unfortunately, you know, losing those 4, their economy's still not in the greatest of situations, but it's starting to recover.
Oh, they must regret giving that AWP over to Swinburne Black. Just getting shut down like that by Lane, and wow, all that util damage coming out as well and just shutting it out. That's why you can't just really run out like that against a team that is really getting quite good at using their util to just stop those pushes. You take all that damage, you just get picked apart, you go right through the meat grinder. But Willy Wonka looking to try and make opportunities in this next round here. But taking one onto Keza to open up that mid control. Dexy going to be at the top of Con to deny any further passage towards this A site. Lane also going to be watching with that AWP over towards mid. Will actually get nice and aggressive with it. Almost goes for the second shot onto Falad, but does not land it and will be forced to back away. Even the swing coming out, but somehow will still get away with it. Cool Hippie Man, though, in a pretty good position to shut it down. The lineup! Oh my god! What was that? All of them just coming swinging at the same moment. Oh, that is huge!
And the players can't believe it either. They're laughing in chat there. It's just like, alright, Hippie Man. The stars align. 8-4. Swinburne Black. Very, very strong in this A defense, I have to say. Despite, you know, losing maybe an early pick or two, a few players showing a massive here. Lane, of course, trying to take this fight mid, is going to hit the flick onto Monsianu. Unfortunately, has a deagle to work with in this round. He gets another point blank through the smoke. Lane is on fire. So is Hippie Mid. So is Swinburne Black as an entirety. Bomb, of course, drops. Oompa Loompas going to be picking that one up. They've got 2 AKs to work with. A few hero buys maybe coming into this last round of the half. It's all been Swinburne Black on their CT side so far.
Absolutely. They've been the driving force in this game for sure. We're going to fall down as well as just more players get picked apart by this CT defense. Swinburne Black, they're able to just hold on to these sites nice and efficiently. Quick peek up out from Lane, who was really fired up in the last few rounds. And now Willy Wonka left in the 1 versus 5, having to just back away, still having the bomb and smoking a flash, but not his life any longer as Lane just holds on to the underpass there, takes him out, takes it to round number 9 for Swinburne Black. We'll pull up the scoreboard again real quick, and since we last checked it, 21 kills for Lane, 138 ADR, 179 util damage. I mean, just look at the util damage overall from Swinburne. They've been able to absolutely pick up so much free damage coming off that.
Also, you know, it was speaking very highly of Lane, but Hippie Man's only died 3 times in this entire 14 round.
Wow.
Catastrophe that's going on. Hippie Man going for a few more. We speak on his name, the cameras are on, and they're all on him. Keza taking out Mura, but able to trade it back to Oompa Loompa players now. Looking to take this beast fight off of Swinburne Black in the second last round. Dexy, a shot, wallbang on Aurori, and it's just going to be Monsiani. A 1v3 in this isolate duels. Lane walks out in the open, and Monsiani able to take him for free. Another short flick. Comes in, does some damage to 2 Penny, but Dexy is swapping up his angle. But the last few bullets, Monsiani finds it, goes for the swing, but 2 Penny's got the shots this time. 10-4 here. Swinburne Black continue this streak. They take 4 back after losing those first 4 in the second round, of course, of this half.
They did almost give an opportunity in a way by giving those duels up as 1v1s, but thankfully they were able to get the trade in the end and make it work. Swinburne Black still putting up quite the fight and just really showing how to get it done. But even still, be very interested to see how they go on the T side. I feel like that switch up definitely could change things. It's a very different game playing on the opposite side of the map, but we'll have to see after this round how that goes. If we keep seeing sharp shots like this and that from Lane, well, certainly will be quite interesting. Minute 20 left in this last one though. Monsiani gonna burn in the Molotov, and now Willy Wonka left once again in the clutch scenario. Minute 13, but trapped over towards that chair position. It'll be rather difficult to get out, and well, I don't think he somehow, unless a miracle happens, nope, that's it. Bit longer than I thought, but got done eventually. 11-4 half.
Yeah, and you can see Dexy trying to get maybe another molly kill at the end, trying to stat pad a little bit more, because as you said, the util damage alone from Swinburne Black was quite high compared to the side of Oompa Loompas. But now, of course, we're going to be swapping up the sides. It's Swinburne Black now to the attack side, or the T side, if you call it that, of course. And Oompa Loompas now to the CT. And again, we're not seeing anyone buy up any of this util on the CT side, it would seem.
Not particularly here. Not really a lot of util coming out in this pistol, but getting it done like this certainly can work too. Murat just trying to tap away as now these teams push up onto the site, but not going to come through. Keza and Cool Hippie Man finally able to get on that site, but the retake already coming in rather quickly. Monsiani just going to get dropped though, and Rory, his position known. Keza confirming it again with the jump over. Minute 10, he's got enough time to even just try and make a run for the market and get back over towards A, and it looks like he's going to be doing exactly that. Rory, still not sure of what's happening. I don't think he spotted the jump over, so he's still expecting something to happen on this B site, but that bomb now going to be planted over towards A.
Yeah, he didn't even hear the sound cue, maybe, and you can see it's a little bit worse for on the time, and Rory's just like, alright, well, maybe he's now A, bomb down. And Keza in this position, of course, behind, I believe, the sandwich line here. Just waiting for Rory to peek into him, and it's going to actually wide swing him. Rory, the racing car, it would seem, even gets a bit of BM with the cowboy hat, lays him to rest, and finds the first round of this CT side here for the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, definitely something they needed, especially with that score deficit, though. Well, look, if they're going to mount a comeback, this is certainly the time to do it. I think 11-4, always one of those scores you kind of remember at the halftime for big comebacks, starting off at that point. Always one of those kind of things, and well, I feel like if Swinburne Black aren't able to pull ahead and get some rounds soon after their first bye, certainly could start to look a little bit more scary, especially if the Oompa Loompas come back into full form like that. Still we'll see. Lane gonna just try and get it done early, though. Try and take it control back by taking out that first gun. Mora not able to get that pick he was so much hoping for. That's a gun now dropped onto that T side. I'm also watching the angle here. Might be able to catch off Willy Wonka pushing up nice and close. He does find one, but trade is there.
Yeah, I have to say, Swinburne's positioning has been very, very trade heavy. You can see how they're opting to play this map. One, of course, going for an aggressive duel, and one able to back him in that lower tunnel. You can see why they're able to pick up them for find these two early kills there with a push towards the apartments. And well, of course, now only one over at this B site, one over at A, one holding middle. The 1-1-1 here for the Oompa Loompas. Swinburne Black, though, not going to approach anywhere just anytime soon. Keza going to be laying that smoke out over towards middle, and you can see Swinburne Black now starting to group up for this B Tech UMP if they want to pick it up. Mac 10 as well available. Swinburne Black looking to put all their chips at B, all cards on the table, and it's of course going to be Filad to try and hold it for the market, and he can't quite land the first few shots.
And the rotate will come through as well. Rory going to be able to find that one shot just as he's able to catch off the player behind him. But still 3 versus 2. Swinburne now having that time advantage, swing things in their favor to start that bomb ticking down. But even still, if they're able to just find an opener and make something work, well, speaking a bit too soon there, because Keza is going to be able to take out Monsiani, but Rory's still going to pose a threat as now he's pushing in towards this side. Able to find one, just trying to play around the corner here, ring around the roses is cool. Hippie Man is going to be around. Now he finally spots it, and Rory going to be able to find that as well. Absolutely huge transfer, but with no kit, he's just going to have to unfortunately back off, and that is such a shame.
A hero 4K to come in from Rory. A beautiful attempted 1v3 or 1v2 if you can call it that, but still Swinburne Black able to pick themselves up a 12th round and really start to get close to clawing this game heavily in their favor. The side of Oompa Loompas, they've forced into it now. Swinburne Black, of course, straight to the rifle, straight to the AWP out here for 2 Penny. Tries to go for an aggressive shot on the cross, but for the moment, they're going to play a little bit more default. Heavy stack over towards middle here. 2Penny joining the fray. And Lane already going 1-for-1 here with Monsiani.
Yeah, already getting that one. Trade coming out there and able to pick up that upgraded gun certainly will help the Oompa Loompas as, again, they're pretty much just riding around the shotgun, that 1M4 on Murat. Willy Wonka going to burn a bit in that apps and tries to get back, but Cool Hippie Man going to push up a little bit to find that kill. Keza also just holding W up short. Will be able to clear out that B site now. That bomb will be able to go down. Oompa Loompas, though, still able to fight back a little bit by finding that opening frag, but still quite a tough retake to come through, and it does seem like they might honestly be better off just running, saving those guns here, especially no kit, nothing to work off, no util, and well, that's exactly what they're going to do. Just try and save up, go for this next round.
Yeah, they kind of have to at this stage. You can see as the half scoreline ticks to 13 here for Swinburne. For the side of Oompa Loompas, there's only so many more rounds they can afford to give up. Only so many more they can afford to save here. 13 to 5, and you know, a smart call. Money, of course, still not all quite there. They might look to grab a few deagles because, of course, they've saved that AK and M4. They've got the kit as well to work for a defusal here. But this is Swinburne Black looking to close this game out convincingly here. And I have to say, you know, we saw very strong signs of their CT side, but you know, their T side just as good. Very impressive trade kills coming in so far, and we're only 3 rounds into this second half.
They're only 3 rounds in, but already quite a bit of a fight being put up from both of these teams here. Swinburne Black pulling ahead, though, able to hold on to that lead and really just show themselves to be quite the formidable opponent at this point in time. Now having the slightly better buy as well, they're going to be just looking to play this default out, wait for some kind of CT aggression to play off by the looks of things. Just playing 2 players over on that side, over towards that A side of things, playing 2 players up towards top of mid where nothing's going to come out. But what will come out, there is that swing from Lane to take out Monsiani. That's absolutely sharp. Just firing those couple of shots off. One of them manages to tap his head. And that should certainly signal some kind of push. Maybe not, because now Lane getting taken away in much the same fashion. Rory with a big opener, maybe even able to get the second. At the very least, there's the info. But no call as of yet. Bomb still over on that B side, and it seems like they're going to try and make a play there.
You can see, of course, Dexy just there for the fake, and I have to say, peeking that A main side's a bit of a double-edged sword. You know, you can hit impressive taps like that, but you're more than likely to be traded out by a swing here. Mura actually going to be falling to Dexy, and he's keeping Rory in place for the moment. High flash comes out, but it's not going to blind Rory. He is on point right now. 2 players here for the Oompa Loompas. V-Lad walks out through the market, but will be burned to a cinder here with the shots from Keza. It's up to Rory in the 1v3. Spots out Cool Hippie Man. Gets the dink off. Swinburne Black in a post plant, though. They've got the orb posted by 2Penny. Behind... Oh my god! Behind the bench is going to be taken. Hippie Man's actually not going to be checked after the dink. He's going to get the kill on a Rory, but my god. Rory's playing for keeps. 30 kills, despite the scoreline here.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Jesus. That's something that you don't see every day. You're down 14 to 5 and dropping 30. Sounds like an average MM game to me, honestly. But 14 to 5, yeah, that's still the scoreline. Swinburne Black is playing so strongly. Rory coming out swinging with that deagle, trying to find even more kills, even more stats to pad, but will be unable. Cool Hippie Man gonna find a pick, maybe 2. Yep, there it is over on that B site, and that bomb should be able to go pretty much anywhere now. Mura just left by his lonesome over towards A main. That's going to be that. 15 to 5 as now that point goes the way of Swinburne Black.
And this is, I guess, Oompa Loompas' kind of last hurrah. You know, they have to win this. They can't afford to lose anymore. And, you know, 10 straight rounds is what they're staring down. And they're staring down a very impressive Swinburne Black side. I have to say, Lean and Keza been absolutely on a tear, and you can see even Dexy hitting some beautiful shots to start this one off. And Monsiani already going to be collected. Keza traded. Mura still in the connector, though will be spotted over the top of the smoke. Dexy with the awareness, and Swinburne Black, as soon as the fights go down, they're still in this man advantage.
Still going to be trying to do whatever they can here. Willy Wonka almost getting caught off by Dexy. He'll be trying to go for more shots, but no, he's around and being surrounded. His days are numbered. Now down to Vlad at 3-2-1. Try and make it work, but left in this 1v3. Coming in from this pretty impossible angle, it will be tough. Not impossible though. He's got the kit, he's got a smoke and molly to work with, but he's now just been spotted out. We'll be able to find that first on Dexy. Tupenny will be able to fight the engagement though, take it out, and that is going to be that. Swinburne Black take map number 1, 16-5. Quick look at the scoreboard as well. 30 kills for Rory, 28-23 coming out, though, on the other side of things. That is going to be that.
I have to say, Swinburne Black played admirably. That entire CT side was flawless almost, not even letting the side of Oompa Loompas get up A, and you can see maybe a little bit needs to be worked on, of course, going into Overpass here, because that T side was just all Swinburne Black, and of course the CT side there for the side of USYD, not quite the greatest, but of course, I believe we'll go to a quick commercial break while we set up here for Overpass. So guys, don't go anywhere, don't touch that browser. We'll be back with more AEL action very soon.
Welcome back once again to week number 3 of the AEL University League Season 2. My name is Tuesbees, and I'm joined here by Two Tap Tony. We just witnessed a 16-5 win for Swinburne Black on our map number 1, Mirage, and we're going to be heading over to Overpass soon. But before we do, we've got some sponsors that we need to give some quick shout-outs to.
Of course, we got to thank our lovely sponsors. Chatime, of course, our presenting partner with their lovely iced tea. Of course, Chatime, the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia, with over 120 Chatime tea breweries with commitment to quality ingredients. Of course, we're all about quality here at the AEL University League. And, you know, AOC, of course, giving us a quality monitor display. And, of course, for more than 50 years running very very long time ASC has been around, delivering exceptional viewing experience to millions of people worldwide. And of course, today the company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for anybody working from home, anybody still somehow in the office, of course, during these rough times at the moment, and of course, anyone that's gaming too, as well. Of course, Indomie as well to thank for, you know, keeping gamers fed here with their delicious mee goreng. You can check it all out at your local supermarkets. And as well, RIG, what it takes to win. We saw Swinburne Black definitely have what it takes to win that first map. Of course, if you missed it, 16-5 and Mirage, a absolute trouncing, I have to say. And I'm very, very keen to see whether we see the side of USYD, of course, come back on a bit of a revenge path going into this overpass map.
Yeah, certainly could be a bit of one coming out. I was just going to ask you about that because that first map was absolutely brutal coming out, and that was the pick of the USYD Oompa Loompas as well. So that's absolutely got a sting, especially for Rory dropping 30 kills by round number 20 there. Just absolutely insane performance coming out. A player who showed so much promise so far. His matches coming through, and unfortunately not having the score to back him in that. Unfortunately, just not coming through with the win in the end. But we'll see if they're able to turn it around. What do you think, Tony? Do you reckon they've got what it takes?
I definitely have high faith here for the Oompa Loompas side. We saw some impressive rounds, especially as well from Monsiani, and so Rory, 30 kills. I definitely feel like he is on one this evening. We just need to see a little bit more from Mura, Willy Wonka, Filad. They've had, you know, a few kills here or there that looked very good on paper, but we need some of these multi-frags. We need some of these frag-out rounds here for the side of USYD, because at the moment, Swinburne Black are just looking on par. They're looking as a unit very solid, and of course, a very much props to, of course, an IGL if they've got one. If not, very good comms coming out from the entire roster. Their trade kills have just been absolutely on point.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way they're able to play off each other, you know, being able to find those first contacts and then just instantly coming out and playing with each other. Something on that T side as well, where they just seemed so coordinated, so much like they were able to just open up those opportunities, playing off their defaults and playing off those kind of more exec heavy plays, and then just follow through, get that plant down, play really well in the post-plant situations, just kind of take it out, find their opponent's weaknesses, and just get through it one by one, checking all of the items off the list there to get those rounds down, get everything done and dusted, and, well, definitely quite something that you want to see when you're seeing teams organized like this, when you're seeing them just have those really connected plays. And hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of that from the Oompa Loompas as well, because definitely seems like with those kind of stakes and with those kind of odds, like they might need an opportunity to try and step up here and find themselves some weaknesses in their opponent.
Yeah, well, maybe looking to exploit them, of course, as we go over to Overpass. It's going to be an interesting one, because, you know, we've seen a few of these teams play a little bit more close on Overpass as a whole, and Overpass one of those maps that you can really opt to go for some of this T-side split aggression that we've seen from a few of these teams in the University League so far. But of course, we're now kicking off in Swinton. For the side of Oompa Loompas, they actually get to start CT here on Overpass to kick it off.
Yeah, CT, I think, definitely being the ideal, or at least, you know, the way I see things, just being able to hold off those Ts and really just play kind of a set defense, because again, there's a pretty textbook way to just play that with Overpass. You just get those early mollies out, get that early util out, try and just shut down any plays that come through. You see also quite a lot of aggressive plays coming out in this map where, you know, it's very easy to just send it B and just send all your T-side players over towards Monster and just try and go and get a plan out. You can pretty much just try and take that site and isolate so much control with a couple of smokes in this map. Pretty much that's the way it is on both of these sites. So that's why it's really important to just try and get that early defense out and get yourself ready and prepared. Speaking of getting ready and prepared, we should be getting ready into this next match, as now everyone's readied up and it looks like we'll be taking it away.
Yeah, and I guess also for some of these T-sides we've seen, I guess an adaptation from a few teams, of course. I'm speaking at that kind of top level. We've seen some interesting HE stacks, I believe, from the LPL League from memory. I can't remember, but Rory is he's not going to forget that shot anytime soon. Neither is Keza. He's already out, and we're not even 30 seconds into the round. Swinburne Black starting at a man disadvantage. Of course, Rory taking a few shots back. A player going to be peeking the connector. Dexy going to spot Monsiani, and this actually opens up the rotate path here to B, and Oompa Loompas might have rotated out completely on that side.
Yeah, that's absolutely a problem there. The over-rotation coming out from the Oompa Loompas. One of the big things about this map, of course, is that connector position and just the fact you're able to, you know, change course and rotate around to the other side so quickly on the T side. Well, that's exactly what the Swines have gone through here, and they've been able to just push through onto that B site. And now, fighting in this retake here, Mura going to be pushing through, going to be able to find those 2 frags. They get back into the 2-on-2 as the T players been able to make their way around over towards heaven and over towards the water. Willy Wonka able to find that one, but unaware of where Cool Hippie Man's sitting. And now getting spotted out, but that bomb ticking away. Willy Wonka's going to be defusing on the other side, but no kit. Not going to be able to get that defuse out.
Yeah, very nice hold there from Hippie Man, playing in that heaven position, of course, where the plant was default. I feel a little bit of a misplay maybe from the Swinburne side, but of course, nevertheless, a smart jump down there from Hippie to secure it. First round being picked up by Swinburne Black. You can see straight away 3 AKs here, and the side of Oompa Loompas might be going for a flash push here, and expecting maybe that Swinburne are trying to push this park side. They've got themselves in the playground through the park. Rory's pushing very deep right now. Dexy, Lane, and Penny all holding for these aggressive pushes here. Willy Wonka able to take one, but he will lose his chocolate factory in the end. It's going to be Dexy taking that final kill. Oompa Loompas picking up a second round.
Yeah, absolutely. Oompa Loompas able to, or rather that being Swinburne taking it out. Not sure why that's happening to the teams up the top, but that definitely is Swinburne Black on the...
There we go.
That definitely is them on the T side. There we go. Counter-Strike sorting itself out there. There we are. Oompa Loompas still just going for these half-buys here. I feel like that was a pretty decent call to call with the pistols, just going for a bit of a rush there. And the fact that we were able to take the gun away certainly does help, but Swinburne able to just take away more damage in this round as the Oompa Loompas were unable to get that full buy up. And now Rory, Willy Wonka, going to be left scrambling as this B side has just completely opened itself up. Swing out of the door coming as Rory tries to reaggress onto the site, but gets tagged down. Now that bomb will fall down as well.
Yeah, as you can see, Rory trying to fall back. Shot warning from Lane into the connector. Rory's out. He wants to keep that deagle for the potential in the next one. Of course, Oompa Loompas are able to buy in this next round, but again, it's Swinburne Black getting into a strong lead here, this time on the T side, and looking very coordinated in some of their takes. Of course, not many smokes coming out, but just the kills is all that Swinburne Black are after right now, as they all back off to the safety of the back of the tunnel here. Keep their AKs, 3 all saved here. The investment, well worth it here. And Oompa Loompas now, what do we see them invest? Do we see the AWP out already? Because I believe Rory's got enough to purchase one of his teammates. But we might have to see a little bit more aggressive peeking for the Oompa Loompas. Oh.
Not gonna lie, I was really hoping to see that AWP come out after seeing how Lane went with it in that last game. I mean, that would have been so nice just to see a little bit more AWP action, I feel like. Oh, that molly being missed as well by Keza, absolutely going to be a shame, but still, Swinburne now committing back over towards playground position, just making their way around to try and take that mid control of the map. Dexy getting ready for a quick peek out. Oh, that's sharp. Able to find that one, make that 2. Oh, Tiani, Rory, both falling down, and that opens up quite a lot of control for Swinburne Black.
Swinburne Black just, it seems they're bringing the Mirage to the overpass, and it still is paying off for them right now. Of course, Mura behind the truck, able to find Dexy. Traded immediately, though, by the side of Swinburne. They're too good at these trades right now. Smoke to cover Dumpster. Players in position for the post play, and now it's, of course, Vlad and Willy Wonka to try and reinstate. Willy Wonka walking up his bathroom. No one has checked it for the moment. Penny turns around. Keza caught against the wall. Willy Wonka able to take 2 with the spray from that M4. And of course, Lane also going to be taking on the garage swing. It's now up to Hippie Man. Finding Lad down to the 1v1. Flash flies over high. Willy Wonka looking to go for the peak, but Hippie Man's got the shots. And again, the chocolate being soaked up here by the side of Swinburne Black. 4-0. Oompa Loompas, though, they've got money to buy. 8k. Very cashed up Willy Wonka, but maybe a save to be called because the rest of them aren't quite as wealthy.
Still a really good retake attempt coming out from the Oompa Loompas, though. The fact they were able to get behind and just find those 2 frags and make it a 1v1 in the end is quite something, but Swinburne still just doing what they've been doing best in terms of playing those post plants and just getting everything done and dusted. Monsiani going to be going for that quick pick there. Lane will fall in the connector, but position being given away, and Dexy looking very keen to go for the refrag, just trying to do whatever he can. It does land that shot on to Filad, but refrag indeed coming out here. Swinburne against Willy's Oompa Loompas, tied back to a 4-on-4. They will just be slowing the pace down, both of these teams, as they try and pick up the pieces from what they've both lost in a way. 2Penny almost going to spot a player crossing back over towards that monster position. Swinburne start to make their way out over towards B. Keza going to be caught off by that hole in the door, though.
And Molly goes out to cover that spot. Mura, unfortunately, only one shot was landed. It was a body to Dexy. Dexy walking up, taking blood left, right, and center. Shot leg from Rory. And the flash comes out. Swinburne don't have control of the site for the moment. They do have control of the bomb. They will try to put it down. Monsiani looking down to 20 towards the short side, but Rory, a beautiful wallbang through that box. Able to find it completely through the smoke to 2Penny. Now V2 players here of Oompa Loompas. One towards the ABC side of CT and one sneaking through that smoke ever so unaware. 2Penny tries to go for the wallbang. He's got 9 seconds left. He tries to turn tail, fight the fight against Monsiani. But he is going to lose it in the end. Oompa Loompas picking up themselves a first round now on this CT side of Overpass.
That was such a huge kill to come out from Rory. They're able to deny that plant, because if they'd been able to get that, you know, Swinburne Black would have had so much more free reign to play that post plant, to just back off and, you know, let the fight be taken towards them. But instead, the Oompa Loompas being able to get that. Rory just being sharp as ever, kind of just forcing the issue. Speaking of Rory being sharp, oh my god, there's another shot coming out with that orb.
Yeah, beautiful one straight to the likes of 2Penny, and you can see Swinburne Black in a little bit of a rough spot now. You can see, of course, Keza only with Tech 9 in hand, their money dwindling extremely low, but still Dexy here to save the day, picking up Monsiani over at A, and that actually turns the attention of these Swinburne Black players maybe over to A, feeling a little bit weak, but there's still 2 defending that site. One towards long, one behind default, just jump spotting for the moment. And, well, Swinburne Black, they were thinking about it, but they're rethinking their decision. Straight back to B, and Lane already called the AWP of Mura.
Rory able to get another pick there as well to take out Dexy, and Keza and Cool Hippie Man to try and get things back up. Oompa Loompas really kicking things into gear in the last couple of rounds here, able to just get those opening shots and really just do a whole heap of damage. 35 seconds left for Swinburne to try and get themselves back up onto a site, and it does seem like A will be the call. If they're able to find these opening picks, certainly could be possible to at least go for a plant here. CT still are a bit scattered, not knowing where this push will come out. Well, now they certainly will be, as all that util is going to get dumped out onto this A site. Push to come through, Willy Wonka to go down. 10 seconds left, but will go through. Molotov onto Dice, stopping the perfect plant position, but Cool Hippie Man will be able to get it, push through as well, and get that spray onto Rory, taking him by surprise, spotting one more. But Falad will be on the other side to make that a nice little 2-on-1, be there to get that trade in case it went down. And that's going to be that nice little retake coming out from the Oompa Loompas, but a really nice side take as well from Swinburne to at least get that plant down.
I have to say again, we spoke highly of Rory in the last game, of course, dropping 30 kills despite the score deficit. he's still here to play. This man is hitting absolute bangers there. A beautiful flick to really set that retake up for the side of Oompa Loompas. And you can see now that threatens the economy of Swinburne Black. A hero AK out for lane. A shot straight to Dexy. Rory's just padding his stats right now. A third onto lane. They all walk into the meat grinder and he's delivering every time. Only 2 players left. Hippie Man trying to take the fight with Keza. Onto Monsiani. They're able to drop him, pick up a potential gun, but really, they don't have much more else to work with here. Oompa Loompa really starting to put the foot down in a few of these rounds. Oh, shot dope from Hippie Man.
Absolutely huge shot, and able to pick up that AWP as well, as now, you know, a bit of damage coming out, and a few guns going the way of Swinburne. Problem is that bomb being dropped over towards B, kind of letting the Oompa Loompas just freely defend it, and kind of doesn't let any opportunity in because they've got their bases pretty well covered. 52 seconds left for Swinburne to try and mount some sort of attempt to get it back, but I feel like they might just be very comfortable in terms of maybe saving these guns, just talking through what they want to do in the next round. They should be able to get a full team buy nevertheless, and if they're able to keep that AWP and that rifle away, it'll stop the plan, or rather stop the rebuy from having to come through for a few guns. If you're just joining us as well, this is map number 2, this being Swinburne Black's pick. We saw map number 1, Oompa Loompas' pick of Mirage, go the way of Swinburne 16-5, albeit a huge 30 bomb being dropped from Rory on the Oompa Loompas side of things, which is absolutely incredible. Now we're seeing a bit more of a competitive game coming out in this map.
You can see Oompa Loompas getting a very aggressive take to some of these fights. Guys are actually able to take out Rory. Drops the AWP and actually takes it out of the hands of Oompa Loompas. So it's not a bad exit pick being found, because Swinburne, I'd imagine, are going to invest into this round. AWP tossed over to lane. AK tossed. It's actually AWP over to Dexy, and you can see Swinburne, despite losing that round and despite being in a bit of a rough economic state, they're still able to force out these guns and try and make it work in this round. A shot from Dexy to start.
Oh, that's absolutely huge to open things up for Swinburne. Now they've got a bit of opportunity over towards the A side of things. Monsiani going to be just backing away, just fighting behind the back of that smoke. But still staying, just waiting for something to peek its way out. Swinburne not fully committed as of yet, or at the very least not showing themselves. Still trying to get the pick over towards B with Dexy, just waiting, and does get the heavy tag. Monsiani now finally going to spot the push over towards A. Will get 1 kill, but does get traded out.
And this is Swinburne Black in the man advantage. You can see Dexy just on the lurk over at this B site, just making a ton of noise, keeping 2 players on guard here for the side of the Oompa Loompas, just leaving Port Nora to burn with that molly over towards long. 2 Penny going to take him out. That's A site completely open up for the taking. Swinburne going to be setting themselves up for the plant, and you can see everybody already looking towards that parkway where Willy Wonka's coming. Swinburne just in the heads of Oompa Loompas in this round, it would seem.
Yeah, certainly. Swinburne kind of just kicking things back into gear, as we're able to see them just take things apart and really just find themselves quite a lot of map control off those first picks, and then just follow through with that until they're able to reach a site, get that plant down, hold on the post plant. Lane might even be able to spot the player here. Yep, he does. Falad gonna be in the corner, just stuck, trying to save that M4, but will be unable to, as Keza will take him out in the end. That is absolutely brutal, as the Oompa Loompas will be forced back onto another eco, or pistol buy at the most.
A quick scoreline check here. It's Dexy leading the charge this time here for the Swinburne Black side. 12, 5, and even 6 assists. This man is a team player. This man is also an all-star fragger. You can see Oompa Loompas stuck to the pistols, going for a bit of an eco stack over towards long, and for the side of Swinburne Black, they have to be awfully cautious, but Lane Keza already expected. It's 3 from Lane, 1 from Keza, and everybody falls like dominoes to that long push here, and Rory even might be meeting the same fate over at B.
Yeah, Rory will at least be able to pick one up though, and well, do a bit of damage, but that nade will end things out in the end. Yeah, Dexy at the moment just going absolutely huge, but what was even bigger was his ADR, 178 after that last round, but it was 196 in the round before, so at that point, he was pretty much almost averaging 2 kills a round, which is absolutely insane. The level of impact that's coming out from these Swinburne Black players throughout this series has just been absolutely phenomenal, as they've really just been setting the tone and setting the pace of everything to come out.
Yeah, and well, for Oompa Loompas, you can see why they're down so many rounds. Of course, now only rifles in play, no utility. Hippie Man for a bit of an awkward swing against Monsiani, and Monsiani just able to win that one out. Traded down to 39 points of HP, so a few bullets from another Swinburne Black player, and that will be the death of him. But Oompa Loompas holding steady at this B site for the moment. You can see one on top of the box. Monsiani might be looking to do the boost here and looking to spot over towards the connector. They spot out lane, but Monsiani gives his life for one, but he's already found another, so man advantage being found, but treated. Keza with a wall bang on a Willy Wonka. Mura with a beautiful push out through connector, able to answer back immediately. This is chaos right now, trying to go deep. Swinburne Black will be able to take out Fell Lad. 2 Penny taken extremely low, but for the moment, Swinburne Black have the sight, and Rory still holding beautifully up in heaven. Mura looking to flank towards the tunnel, and 2 Penny's got a lot to deal with right now.
Yeah, and he's got to deal with him from 2 different angles as well. Mura pushing behind. Will be able to clean that up in the end. The pick comes out, and he's able to just clean up for it. Unfortunate what happened on the site there. There was a really good idea to go for that boost from Monsiani, able to get that pick, but the trade, understandable. What is unfortunate, though, is Willy Wonka just staying in that same position. Really have to just, if that's revealed, you just absolutely have to move there. You can't stay in that and keep going for the jump pick. They know you're there. They know exactly how to wallbang that. You can't give them that information. You have to try and, you know, keep on your toes. Keep those positions changing and just play in unexpected ways. Swinburne Black definitely playing in many unexpected ways with that quick aggression and putting a player over towards long still. Lane will get taken out, so not both of these attempts being successful, but 2 Penny able to at least retake the man advantage, playing up over towards Con. Falada will go for another pick with the aggression out on short, but will only knock the full Hippie Man down to 1 HP.
And HC tries to land because he was expecting Hippie Man to walk up. Mura tosses out the molly. Bombs in the hands of Swinburne Black. 2 Penny's actually going to get mollied out. Flash blind. He doesn't even get to see his own death befall him. 2 Penny's body flops lifelessly over to their B short. And you can see Swinburne Black, though, have rotated over to this potential A site. Keza throws a smoke to B to still sell the fake. And they're going this position. 45 seconds. Walking up through the bathroom. Walking up through the park. 26 HP, sorry, for Keza. 1 here for Hippie. Good smoke and a good molly. Actually going to cover them on the entry into the site, but they have to be so cautious of every different off angle that Oompa Loompas could be in.
Rory going to be able to find that shot, but at least there is a trade. 21 seconds left, and cool Hippie Man going to be jumping right back down and rotating over towards B. Absolutely the right call to make. Able to get himself out onto that site. 1 HP though, and that is a bit of a more risky plant, especially considering that you've got someone on your toes behind you, and well, that is exactly what's going to give Amura that opportunity to come through. I think Hippie Man was just really expecting a con play or a con rotate coming through, but not the way it went, and Murab able to just buy enough time and just go back up, get that orb.
Very good. I have to say, though, from the Swinburne Black side, to even get that bomb down, they started in such a rough position in this round, but were able to slowly work the fights, work the duels into their feet. We get that bomb down, but you saw, unfortunately, not enough health in the ends of it. 5 rounds now for the Oompa Loompas, and in a pretty stable situation economy-wise. A few of them going to be maybe without util. Not all too much here for Philad and Monsiani. For the side of Swinburne Black, they're not too favorable in the economy situation, but they're going to be forcing up 3 Mac 10s here towards the B side.
Huge shot coming out from Mura. Dexy to fall down. Keza in the lane. Cool Hippie Man also to just find kills though, so at least the trades are very much there. A lot of damage being done, but even still, coming through Rory. Now going for that first opener. Quick nade to come forward, but won't land on anyone. Monsiani as well, sneaking up behind him. Might actually be able to get the drop. Oh no, those shots whiffing for quite a while. Eventually will land on 2Penny though. Keza in lane, still just waiting away as that bomb ticks. Now the window of opportunity to get in is closing. Rory pushing up, but will fall down. Keza coming up behind Monsiani, and will be able to find that final fight. 7-5 as Swinburne Black maintain their advantage and add to it a little bit as they continue pushing forward and definitely pushing the Oompa Loompas now to their breaking point, at least for their economy.
Yeah, you saw 2 AWPs being invested in so many rounds here for the Oompa Loompas, and that's why they're in this kind of situation. Only pistols really to play for. HE comes out, and Swinburne Black still in a bit of a rough spot in economy-wise for them. Mura actually able to convert that kill on to Hippie Man. Trying to toss away the Famis, but needs to grab his AK back. Keza is going to be getting out of there scot-free with the bomb, but there is a beautiful flank coming in from Rory, and no one has checked him for the moment here for the Swinburne Black side.
Oompa Loompas, meanwhile, just going to be kind of spread apart, but Keza might be able to catch this aggressive play from Willy Wonka, just hearing the footsteps come forward at the angle for it. Leaving Falad as the last player standing all over on towards that A site. That bomb will be able to go over towards B as the Swinburne Black players are able to push up and take it. Quick Heaven Smoke to come out from Keza. And that is going to be pretty well that. Oompa Loompas not really having much opportunity to take a gun away. Well, now one has just been handed to them. Falad will be able to pull an AK out, but he's going to have to try and get away with it. Would be a pretty good save to get a rifle out of this round. It's definitely a bit more than you could hope for. Well, I'm going to be ticking away in Swinburne, just waiting it out. Not going to be going hunting.
You can see Filad really wanting to keep, because these rounds are starting to slip out of the favor of Oompa Loompas. Swinburne, you know, despite some of these back and forth affairs in some of these rounds, Oompa Loompas, of course, claiming that 5th round off of the nice little defuse. Swinburne are still here to play. They're still here to frag. You can see Dexy still up the top, 16 with 6 assists, 8 deaths. And of course, Keza not far behind. It's, you know, we saw Lane, Hippie Man, pretty comfortable game from them on Mirage, but you know, it's starting to be Dexy and Keza's time to shine here. And for the side of Oompa Loompas, you know, it's a credit to Mura. He's now starting to step it up, but we need to see a little bit more from Felad and, of course, Willy Wonka going, of course, later stage into this half. And, of course, when they swap over to, we need numbers from these guys, because Oompa Loompas, they can't afford to be giving all too many rounds, because Swinburne are rolling with the momentum right now.
Absolutely. Opening pick coming out from Rory being pretty huge, but definitely relies on him getting away, and well, he's unable to. Cool Hippie Man, Dexy, both able to find openers of their own at least as well, just to add to that. And the Oompa Loompas, pretty well, just like that, will lose control of that A site. Now on for the retake, should they choose to go for it. Swinburne Black easily able to just get that bomb down, just like that. Now the Oompa Loompas forced to back away. There's absolutely no way you can really come back into that retake. Just the fact that they lost all those players as well, and just coming through was really, really rough there. They were playing so aggressively over towards A, which understandable on the A side over towards Overpass, but when you're consistently losing players to those opening duels, and that's sort of how a lot of these rounds have gone for Swinburne, I feel as if they need to be playing almost a little bit more passive.
Yeah, you can see not the aggressive fights that you want to be taking, especially if, you know, a few of these players are just walking around tapping heads with the best of them. 9 rounds now for the Swinburne Black side. Last round of the half here, and Oompa Loompas, their economy is not the greatest either. MP9 forced out by Monsiani. Mura going to be bringing out the Deagle, but very limited util for two of these players. You can see Oompa Loompas maybe looking to post aggressively over towards this park side. Going to be smoked off the path with Rory and Felad already falling at this B push from the side of Swinburne Black, and there's nothing really they can do about it.
They can certainly try and stop that bomb plant from going down though. Willy Wonka able to deny it, but will get cut off. He does get smoked off at least, so that enables him some safe passage to get back to his teammates. Mora also going to be pushing through, and we'll find that one onto Dexy. It does get traded back into 3-on-3. Oh no, Kaza caught with no bullets in his gun. We'll get taken out by Monsiani. Now 2Penny left in the 3v1 and just surrounded by retaking CTs. Oompa Loompas able to pull out round number 6 to close out the half as they just absolutely swarm that site and make the retake happen.
Very, very dicey round there, I have to say. To start that one off, Oompa Loompas were able to stop that bomb plant, as you said, and really fight for that retake. You can see now 6-9. One more round off of their Mirage scoreline and starting to look a little bit more into it than, of course, our Mirage game, because it was very one-sided in the favor of Swinburne Black, but, well, we now side swap. It's going to be T side here for the Oompa Loompas, CT here for Swinburne Black, and I have to say, again, a little bit more passive on the approach from the side of Swinburne than we expected to see maybe in this pistol round from them.
More very aggressive push coming out from the Oompa Loompas. They're just going for the whole run-up long down con strat. I absolutely respect it. Just going the train, try and get some players over towards long, and try and bait out some footsteps, but just going straight away over towards B. That bomb getting dropped down into the water absolutely will be devastating, though, as CT is able to hold onto this side, at least for the time being. Monsiani trying to strike back and find some damage. Rory will as well find one, but now stuck around the pillar. He's going to have to try and just take these jewels as best he can. He's got a USB in his hands. He's been able to find some damage onto Dexy, and he knows where these players both are residing. But still, no jewels getting taken as they just ease up and play nice and passively. 2 bullets left in that gun, though no bullets left to reload with. He's just going to have to swap it back out. Now, finally, bomb going the way of Rory's is able to recover it, and we'll try and stick the plant.
Smart reposition here, though, from Keza. He ducked his head from heaven and just able to play now towards the CT side of ABC. Going to be swapping out for the Glock and going to be walking up here. Heavily fight, heavy footsteps. Rory has spotted him out, but neither player not quite able to land the first few shots, but Rory getting the last in the chamber. Cowboy hat down. And player down, round done here and dusted. Oompa Loompas able to find the first pistol now on this T side. And for the side of Swinburne Black, it looked really good. Saw Dexy playing that water position beautifully, peeking when he needed to, tapping heads when he needed to. But unfortunately, falling there left Keza in a bit of a rough situation to either fight or flight. And unfortunately, he was sunk in that round. Oompa Loompas now out with these AKs and the Mac 10s, but Mora getting caught to the connector push from Swinburne.
Yeah, very quick, aggressive play coming out there. Again, that's kind of just what you gotta do if you're playing with these pistols, but the fact that they're able to do so much damage is just absolutely insane. Keza now able to get himself an AK and drop a Mac 10 as well, but still that bomb going down from the Oompa Loompas as they've been able to get themselves up onto that A site. Meanwhile, not sure what has happened, but it seems that the server lagged for a second or something. Not sure if that was just me, but we are back into it, and all of a sudden it's a quick fight getting taken out. Keza and Dexy gonna be back on into it. Falad around the corner, trying to just find that crucial lineup, that crucial spray. But no kit though. Are they gonna have the timing? That's the critical question. Seems like maybe not.
A second off. It was very close to ticking to full, but Swinburne almost winning that round on an eco, stealing away so many guns, winning so many fights they probably shouldn't be with USPs. And, well, now you can see this is why they're able to go toe-for-toe in the rifles this round, because getting so many kills, getting so close to that defuse secures them so much money to get these M4s out in play. And well, they can really start to answer this Oompa Loompas push towards this B site, because they're looking to go that way. And Keza is already going for an aggressive peek and is able to fall back, play safe, and Swinburne take 2 early on, and that's a really, really good sign going into this later stage of the half.
Quick bit of spray coming out over towards that monster position, but doesn't quite connect through the smoke, although would have been huge if it did. But Oompa Loompas, having lost these 2 players, now have to try and find some sort of reaggression, and a quick boost up will yield results, and we're up. Finding that opener onto lane, but the trade comes through from Dexy. Now 2 versus 4 as Willy's Oompa Loompas, including Wonka himself, going to be just making their way over on towards that B site, just sticking around but not there to trade off each other, and as a result they're both going to crumble when the push comes in. Swinburne Black able to just strike back, and that is going to be double digits for them.
Yeah, Swinburne Black, also not only is it double digits, it's Oompa Loompas now on an eco. They've got M4s, full util, 8Ks, anything you could ever want on this CT side. Swinburne Black now in the driver's seat after the first 2 rounds went heavily in the favor of the Oompa Loompas, and you see setting up aggressively, setting up for some aggressive takes, taking position, both Hippie and Dexy in this con water position, and Oompa Loompas just outside of this connector's side here. Might be meeting 2 pennies, caught smoke in hand, needs to pull the AK out, able to land the bullets on Monsiani, but the trade is in for Vlad, and they're still trying to go up through connector, but Keza's holding the line. Another peek coming out from the Hippie Man from the lowest side. Vlad able to hit a banger shot, but Dexy catches Morris trying to sneak out. Bomb is dropped, still in the hands of Oompa Loompas, but they need to pick it up. They've got not much time to work with, and they don't have much to work with in terms of kills either. Dexy taking out Vlad. At least they're making it a little bit expensive here for the Oompa Loompas side, but Swinburne, they've still got plenty of money to burn.
Yeah, definitely do, and well, they've been able to just find all this damage onto the Oompa Loompas, get themselves nice little pretty well anti-eco coming out for the most part. Rory not facing any of the opponents as of yet. We'll just be trying to reaggress over towards B, and they don't have a very heavy B presence on the CT side there. Now the rotate coming out as they suspect maybe something will come through. Rory now going to have to face at least 2 of these opponents at once if he picks out on his side, and well, he does. Lane will spot that head and tap away at it. And that's going to be number 11 for Swinburne Black. Oompa Loompas now should be able to have, well, I was going to say a bit of a buy, but realistically it's still a little bit mixed here. So they are just going to be ecoing 1 more out. Or not, actually. They're just going to be forcing. Okay, never mind what I said. I was predicting it, but they went for the last second buy call there. Okay, very well.
Yeah, the last minute gambit coming out here from Oompa Loompas, and we'll see if it pays off. Swinburne heavily stacked up towards this con side yet again. Heavily invested in this kind of mid slash, of course, B short hold. Lane taking out more early on. That's one of the AKs dropped. Dexy drops another AK there. Rory, of course, the top frag here, still in this server for the side of Oompa Loompas. Currently at 17, I believe, 18 kills. Still looking to do bits. Lane, though, goes for an aggressive take. Monsiani able to trade it. I have to say, despite, you know, a few of his teammates falling, Monsiani's still good in picking up the trade kill, but unfortunately not in the position that favors him all too well. Willy Wonka stuck back a connect and 3 CET players to deal with, and very good hold positions for them all.
Willy Wonka now left in this 1 versus 3, and we'll try to come up through this con position. Just perfect off angle there from Keza, really, to just finish it up. 12-8, and well, that economy building up from Swinburne as well is going to keep them going for quite some time. Oompa Loompas still in a bit of a mixed bag, as they've pretty well just been, you know, they've been going between these half buys to these full buys. They haven't really committed to these full-on ecos for a lot of these rounds. Again, we're just seeing the same sort of thing where they're going for yet another force, whereas I feel like if they just waited 1 extra round, they could get AKs, they could get full util. Instead, they're just going to be buying up and full-legging it over towards the monster. And, well, we'll see how it works out. Moore able to find 1, but the trade's mostly going the way of Swinburne. Lane just going to be doing a whole heap of damage. That Tech9 finally going to be trading it back, but so low health for both of these players. That bomb will try and go down. Tupeni gonna try and deny it, and he will. And that is so rough. Rory now left in the 1v2.
I have to say, just positioning here for Swinburne, even despite losing that early engagement, Hippie falling lane, just able to trade it from that bridge spot just outside of short. And well, Rory, 42 points of HP, Flash, HE in hand, and needs to work out here. It's a very tough puzzle to solve here. Of course, Keza down towards the tunnel, down just outside of the B side. And you can see Tupeni. We're going to rotate back up. The bomb is dropped default here in the hands of Rory if he wants to go for it. But as soon as that plant comes in, Keza can just swing, play for the info, play for the timing. Rory checking every which angle that he can. Flash, of course, going to go towards the tunnel. Keza has been spotted. Rory actually isolates the duel, wins it. Down to 29 points of HP, able to secure the plant. And now is able to take the 1v1 against Tupeni. HE does half almost damage here to Rory. And oh, it's Rory. He's just too clean with it. A bit of spray for a bit of added BM at the end, because Rory's still tapping heads with the best of them. And finally, we're going to be seeing a pause come in. This time, though, from the side of Swinburne Black, because, you know, the money not all too great. They've just lost that round, and this could look to spiral back in the favor of Oompa Loompas, because they've got now a bit of cash to splash themselves, a few AKs out, and a bit of confidence starting to build, maybe.
I mean, that's an absolutely huge round to pick up there, especially one where it was very well turned against them in the fact that they had that worse off buy, really. They didn't have as much money that they were able to invest into that, and you know, I did say it in the last round, but I do think that they certainly could have held off and gotten themselves on full AKs, but somehow, still, they're able to turn the tide of things, especially Rory pulling ahead and just doing so much damage there with Swinburne, unable to respond and not really set up in that positioning, as you said, not able to really make plays off each other and not set up for that trade. And now, they're going to be on this full Deagle stack here. Flash to go out over towards short, and Mura will be able to get that open. Player to fall down as well. Also, that down push to Penny. Trying to get away, but will still get caught in the end by Montiani. And now the Oompa Loompas looking to try and take things over towards B, as now the retake will fall through. That Molotov not exactly landing where it wanted to go, but it won't matter in the end. That bomb will go down.
It's the job done, I guess. Here covers the angle, maybe not the angle we're expecting to, but Swinburne Black now 2 on this retake. Not very likely. I expect to see maybe Keza save this deal as soon as Dexy falls, and rightfully so. He's going to give it a 12, give it a little inspect. Gives us a nice little trick show here, but we've still got some exits to find. Maybe onto the Oompa Loompa side. VLAD, of course, in this ABC corner. Going to be swinging out wide. First shot not going to land from Keza. Changes his angle. Not quite able to land the second either. Might just be going into the side for VLAD, but VLAD might be on the rotate out. Time is of the essence. The bomb is ticked too far. Keza not going to be able to get out of the site. A few players take the bomb damage, but in the end, it's Oompa Loompas finding themselves double digits.
Double digits finally for the Oompa Loompas, as you said. Able to just pick things back up, and they're certainly making this map a lot more competitive than the first map went the way of Swinburne Black, 16-5 if you weren't watching then. And that was the Oompa Loompas pick, but now on Swinburne's pick, the Oompa Loompas are starting to look incredibly strong and kick themselves back into gear. That being said though, they've just dropped 2 players, so Swinburne just going for that early CT aggression and able to get a few picks off. Quick nade as well going over towards short. Will take 1 point of damage off Willy Wonka. Not landing close enough to do anything more. Now the Oompa Loompas still just kind of looking a bit disjointed here. Just spread apart in sort of a default, but without any of them grouped together. Now starting to make things work as a team as they find themselves back over towards Fountain. Keza going to be playing as the lone A player, but there's still one in Con, which should be able to give a bit of information across and signal that rotate to come out if he's able to spot something. Problem is that he's pushing up too aggressively and trying to get behind them and might actually miss it. 47 seconds left as now this bathroom controls has gone the way of the Oompa Loompas. they're looking to try and gain a little bit further control going up onto this A site. Now the jump spot coming out from Keza, who will spot one and signal a quick rotate to come out.
Ooh.
Takes that first pick to shut it down. Bomb getting dropped, but will get retrieved. And the util coming forward as well. Lane now just running through that smoke. We'll find one, but Willy Wonka will trade. But he's unable to do any more than that. Lane will go down, but no more players will after that from Swinburne. The Oompa Loompas unable to make the site take happen.
And I have to give all the credit there to Keza. He went for the aggressive play, went for the aggressive shot with that jump peak, and then swings long, isolates, of course, a quick fight, is able to back off completely the bank and make that retake all the more doable for the side of Swinburne Black. Oompa Loompas, again, we speak about Keza, and he's delivering right now, 25, starting to get up there with the likes of Dexy's at 29. And, well, you know what? Shots being landed by Keza, shots being landed by Dexy. This is still Swinburne's territory, and it's Oompa Loompas trying to take it back.
Oompa Loompas just trying to do whatever they can. They're able to, at the very least, get themselves back up over towards bathrooms. Make their way over towards that A site slowly. They've got a bit of util left to try and make some kind of push happen. They've got 2 smokes, they've got 3 flashes, they've got 2 nades, but where they use them will definitely change how effective they are, how they go about it. 53 seconds left as the rotate comes back up from Dexy. Kaz is still just playing very much so towards that bank position and just hoping for some kind of push to come out. Bit of CT util going forward to try and stop the push and try and delay it. Meanwhile, the Oompa Loompas still not fully committed as they've got a player over towards B.
Yeah, you can see just trying to sell the fake, but everybody here from Swinburne Black isn't really fooled. Lad, the only player left, of course, receiving that wallbang from Keza. Wrap around with the P250 and a wrap around straight to the head. Lad will be dead, and 14th round being taken now by Swinburne Black. And this is Oompa Loompas in dire straits. Economy not quite there. Maybe a few deagles to come in from their side, but this is more than assuredly Swinburne Black securing 15, despite maybe a few eco kills being picked up by Oompa Loompas. The util's all there, the shots have been landing. Is it doable here, Tuesdays?
Well, the rush B play is what the Oompa Loompas are gonna consider doable as they're able to get themselves up onto that site. But somehow the bomb pushing up too much somehow gets dropped in water. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I'm gonna assume that whoever had the bomb just aggressed far too much and didn't realize that they were the ones responsible to go for that plant. Meanwhile, we'll have a quick look at the scoreboard as well. I did pull it up before, but I'll do it again. 31 kills for Dexy, 27 for Keza, and just look at these ADRs. 126 there. Look at his util damage coming out overall from Swinburne. Just absolutely huge numbers being put up as they continue to just show how to run a CT side on overpass. And they're going to do it with that pick as well.
Yeah, just so handful in taking the fights. Dexy already calling GG. There's still a few players alive, Dexy. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Of course, Lad, Mura, Monsiani, the mind games are being played by Swinburne here as well as the shots are being landed. And that's what you get. Keza and 2Penny going to be falling. A site picked up here by the side of Oompa Loompas. Bomb will go down default. Monsiani, aggressive pick on a Dexy. And, oh, there you go. You bet you come up and... Swift revenge being delivered by Oompa Loompas. They're not done yet, unless Lane and Hippie have anything to say. It's only Hippie now in the 1v2. Lad and Monsiani both towards this bank. Ichi gonna go the wrong way. Smoke and flash available though for Hippie Man as he walks up.
Hippie Man just gonna be playing around the site, but the Oompa Loompas will be able to take him out and end it in the end there. So Swinburne won't be able to taste victory just yet, although they certainly did preemptively anticipate it with that GG being called in chat, but is what it is. Can understand with the way things are going, how you might think that it's about to be over, but Oompa Loompas They're not ready to give up just yet. There's still 4 more rounds they need for overtime, but that's not impossible by any measure, especially given what we've seen come out of these teams. Keza, though, with a huge shot coming out. He's looking for a bit more, gets the heavy tag, but is unable to finish it up. Luckily, Cool Hippie Man will be able to finish it for him.
Now, the guns aren't retrievable here, unfortunately. Swinburne able to take out Mura and Monsiani, but trying to walk up. Lane takes out Willy. Felad still going to be taken as well. Lane with this deagle now in this 1v1 against Rory. Because Rory still on top of the scoreboard, the raid boss to deal with. Bombs in the hands of Lane, though. This is a little bit of a rough position here for Rory. Bomb is dropped. AK not going to be picked up by Lane. He's just going to use the deagle. 50 seconds here to retake it. Flash 2 for Rory. And Lane might be making the smart rotate over towards his long side.
Certainly might be the smart play to make if he's able to just come up nice and unanticipated. Rory having no idea where this player could come from, but he's back turned, and that's going to be that. That's the shot to end it in the end. That's the GG. 16-11 as Swinburne Black will be able to take it in the end. Keza dropping 28-11. Dexy 31-16. Absolutely huge performances. And overall, an absolutely huge game coming out from Swinburne.
Yeah, Swinburne as a whole looked just completely dominant. Of course, I'm speaking very highly of their Mirage. Overpass a little bit less so. The Oompa Loompas maybe working them out in a few rounds there, but at the moment, it just looks like Swinburne are on par with each other. The trades were good. The set play was good too on their T sides. And I have to say, and I'm scared for any team going against Swinburne in the future weeks here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was just a huge performance across both of those maps to come out. Still a lot coming out from the Oompa Loompas to show a huge amount of potential, particularly, you know, some of those players dropping huge frags. I think the one to pull attention to is Rory on Mirage. They're dropping 30 kills, but when, you know, only having 5 rounds on his team overall, just an absolutely huge effort to be able to open things up and just make a huge impact in that. But unfortunate that the Oompa Loompas unable to get themselves a map win tonight, but even still, putting up one hell of a fight.
And, of course, I hope to see them rebuild, because there was some moments of brilliance, I have to say, especially, as you said, Rory dropping 30 kills on only that 5 round being taken there by the side of USYD. And, well, for Swinburne, I have to say, maybe a little bit more default to work on, but overall, just a sound performance on Mirage. Overpass, maybe a look to a ban in future, I don't know. That was their map pick, of course, but Mirage has looked a little bit better, so maybe swap it up, boys. Pick the Mirage. Leave the Overpass for a rainy day if you need it. But, yeah, overall, Swinburne, an absolute banger of a performance, and hopefully we get to see, though, the side of the Oompa Loompas come back strong next week.
Yeah, but meanwhile, before we wrap things up, of course, we do have our lovely, lovely sponsors to yet again thank for helping make this show possible, helping everything go through. So, Tony, once again, why don't you take us through those?
Just quickly sit up, because, of course, we've got to look regal and presentable for our lovely partners. Of course, Chatime, the presenting partner here for the AEL University League. Of course, fresh iced tea, and, you know, Chatime, one of the fastest growing iced tea franchises in Australia. Over 120 Chatime tea breweries, and, of course, commitment to quality ingredients, mix-ins, layer of flavor, innovative flavor, and of course combinations to brew nothing but the very best iced tea here in the country. AOC, of course, the best monitor the monitor partner, of course, in the country. Their monitor display technology has been up around for 50 years with exceptional viewing experience worldwide, of course, with their stylish monitors for anybody, whether you're working from home, working from the office, or you're just looking to tap some heads in a game of Counter-Strike in the Uni League. Of course, AOC have you covered. And as well, if you're feeling a bit famished after the games this evening, if you want to grab yourself a snack, of course, Indomie have you covered with their delicious mee goreng. Of course, you can check it all out at your local supermarkets. A wide range of flavors, of course, available for your delicious noodle needs. And RIG, what it takes to win. We saw Swinburne a little bit dicey in that second map, but they have what it takes to win this evening. A 2-0 victory over the likes of the USYD Oompa Loompas. And of course, RIG, they develop beautiful headsets for anyone looking to level up their audio, of course. For anyone playing the University League games or looking to stream at that top level, RIG have you covered. Join the team today and enhance your gaming experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure to show those sponsors some love. Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and RIG for helping make this all possible. Provide a platform to all of these players to, showcase their skills and, give them these opportunities, because of course that's what it's all about, giving up and coming talent, opportunities to show themselves and to put on a show in front of an audience. And well, of course, that audience being you guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to be just quickly giving some social plugs, of course, because if you want to see some more action from the AEL, well, you better make sure that you're following us on everything. That being, of course, if you're on Twitch watching this broadcast, AEL Uni, or twitch.tv/AEL Uni and twitch.tv/AEL Uni 2, so that you can be across absolutely everything when it comes to Counter-Strike and all the other games that are part of the AEL. Make sure to chuck those follows in so you can be notified when streams go up. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. There's also a YouTube stream as well, so if you like having that nice rewind capability and all that, we're across everything. But yeah, make sure to follow the AEL. Search AU Esports League and you should be able to find us pretty much anywhere.
And of course, a quick plug as well, because, we got our lovely little social handles below. If you enjoyed what you heard from us this evening, you want to get in contact. If you didn't either, of course, more than happy to hear feedback. DMs are open at 2sVs and, of course, at 2taptony. The links are right below our lovely faces. But yeah, that has been the University League for now. Of course, I believe we'll be back tomorrow with another game, if I'm not wrong.
That would be correct. Yeah, tomorrow we're actually going to be on another game, so if you want to hear more from us, we're actually on tomorrow night. So definitely be sure to, as I said, follow those AEL channels and stay posted, because we should have some more Counter-Strike action coming up. But again, thank you all for joining us this evening. Hope you all have a lovely night, and be sure to stick around for some more tomorrow evening. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon.